Hello, everybody. We meet again with another story of Lord Vishnu. This is called Gajendra Moksham. Gajendra Moksham is a story about an elephant, a very devout follower of Lord Vishnu. This story is in Srimad Bhagavata Puranam. It is one of the famous adventures of Lord Vishnu. In this story, we find Lord Vishnu came down to earth to protect one of his bhaktas, an elephant, Gajendra, from the clutches of Makara, a crocodile. Gajendra is then said to have attained Vaikunta with Lord Vishnu. Such a great thing, isn't it? This story was narrated by Sukha Maharishi to Parikshit Maharaja in Srimad Bhagavatam. Parikshit Maharaja personally wanted to hear this story. It gives lot of benefits for anyone who listened to. There was once an elephant named Gajendra who used to live in a garden called Ritumata, which was created by Varuna, the rain god. This garden was situated in the beautiful mountains of Trikuta in ancient India. Gajendra was a king of all the other elephants in the herd. On a hot day, he proceeded with his herd to a lake of fresh water to cool off. Suddenly, Gajendra found one of his leg was caught by a crocodile with sharp teeth, and it was very painful for him. Gajendra tried for a long time to escape from the crocodile's clutches. In fact, all his family members, his relatives and friends, they gathered around to help him. But Gajendra could not be saved. The clutches of Magara, the crocodile, was too strong. When the elephant Gajendra realized that he could not escape, he asked all the other elephants, his friends and relatives, to leave him and get on with their life. How long they will wait for him? Let him suffer his destiny, whatever is there. He trumpeted with his trunk in pain and helplessness until his voice became hoarse. Tears poured from his eyes because there was so much of pain. It is believed in the Purana that Gajendra's foot was held by the crocodile for over 1,000 years. The struggle was going on. As the struggle seemed endless, and when the last drop of energy was also exhausted, Gajendra finally called to God Vishnu to save him. He said, Narayana Akila Guru Bhagavan Namaste. Saying this, he plucked a lotus flower from the lake and held it up towards heaven. Who's there in heaven? Lord Vishnu sent it as an offering. Hearing his devotees' call and prayer, Lord Vishnu rushed to Trikuta on his Garuda. As Gajendra sighted Lord Vishnu coming, he tried to do namaste with great difficulties. Lord Vishnu sent his Sudarshana Chakra, seeing the difficult condition of Gajendra, and this Sudarshana Chakra wheeling separated Gajendra from the crocodile, and Gajendra was released completely. Vishnu informed Gajendra that he, in his previous life, was a great devotee called Indradyumna, who was also a great king. One day, Agastya, a great sage, came to visit the king. But the king did not give respect to the sage and even ignored him. A fuming sage, Agastya, noticed that the great king, despite the greatness of his good deeds, had pride in him that he was the great. He doesn't have to give respect to anyone else. Although he was a great devotee of Lord Vishnu, he had this pride in him. The sage wanted the king to get removed of all the pride and explained to the king that in his next birth he would be born as an elephant and would surrender himself to the Lord, and that he will get liberated. The crocodile in his previous birth was a heavenly king called Uhu. One sage Devala came to visit him. The two, Devala and Uhu, were taking bath before having food. And when Devala was offering prayers to Surya, the sun god, Uhu pulled the sage's leg for fun. This enraged the sage, and he cursed the king to become a crocodile in his next life. Uhu immediately repented for his action and asked for forgiveness. The sage announced that he cannot take back the curse, but the crocodile would be liberated by Lord Vishnu himself in his next birth. Because Indradyumna was a special one, he was a very great devotee, and now in this birth he is rid himself of the pride also. Lord Vishnu had him born as Gajendra and made him attain moksha, Vaikunta. Finally, when he, as Gajendra, left all his pride and totally surrendered himself to Vishnu. The prayer made by Gajendra on this occasion became a famous poem called the Gajendra Stuti. Thus, Gajendra and Huhu were liberated from their curses. King Indradyumna immediately attained Vaikunta, the abode of Lord Vishnu, which is far higher than Swarga. The elders say that the tale of Gajendra has a symbolic value, with Gajendra as the man, Uhu as the sins of man, and the muddy water of the lake as samsara. So, we will meet again with another story. Please subscribe to my channel, Jayanthi's 5 Minutes Stories.